Hi everybody, it's Cena Anshar here, coming to you with a real quick 5-card spread, and we'll see what that even means. What is the weekend energy? Kind of like an emergency read. What is the weekend energy for right now between couples? Let's see here. We go. We almost all. We have the Chariot, the Death, the Six of Wands. 2 more cards, please. What is the current, one more, the current energy between flames right now? Limbo. I get the word limbo coming in right now. There we go. Oh, wow, Hanged Man. That's funny, I got limbo and then Hanged Man's what came out. Okay, so we got some pretty major cards right here. Let's see what we got. And the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups reversed. So the first card that we got here is the Chariot, and this is the Chariot reverse. So that's a moving away from. That's running away, basically. Running away or moving away from. So, I'm going to say that this is the Divine Masculine right now. Moving away from. We have the Death also in reverse. And this is the beginning or the birth of a new situation. We have a guy here holding the lotus flower. And one holding what looks like a lily. Then we have a naked woman dancing in the back right there. I don't know why I keep getting third party. Moving away from maybe a third party situation. 2 guys kind of trying to win this woman's heart. I don't know. I'll have to come back to that. Then we have the Six of Wands also in reverse. And this is, this is a victory card. If it was in the forward facing, the battle would have already been done, but this is going into battle. This is like, I'm going to be victorious, I'm going into battle. So wow, okay, so it does seem like there's going away, meeting up with somebody. So like, maybe a third party. And a third party doesn't necessarily mean like romantically. It could be just hooking up with somebody, another friend or somebody from work that is opposed to your situation. Preparing for battle. Then we have the King of Swords there. And look, that's definitely preparing for battle. He's standing there with his sword, standing his ground. And now, right now, it's just kind of in limbo. He's waiting to see what happens next. So he's moving away from the Divine Feminine. There seems to be a third party involved in this. Preparing for battle. And I'm getting that, like, whoever this is, that they're able to prepare for battle because of whatever is going on right here. So I don't know about that. We'll have to call. We'll have to pull some clarifiers on that. Again, that divine. Look at. See, it's the same. It's the same guy. So the same guy that's going this way. See his long flowing white hair there. And he's got his long flowing white there. So yeah, same guy. Getting ready to go into battle. But he's waiting on something. He's waiting on something. Let's see. What is the Divine Masculine? Because it looks like this is what this 5-card spread is about. And what is the Divine Masculine waiting on? Can I get clarification on that? Hangman, please. What is Divine Masculine waiting on? Let's see here. We got... I don't know what card that is. That's crazy. Look. It's not the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, it's the Page. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. So waiting on communication about money and finances. Or waiting to communicate about money or finances. Page is the carrier of news. Okay, so... Can I have some clarification on the Divine Masculine? There we go. Oh, look at, we got another Page of Cups. So really, it seems to me like for some of you guys, maybe we're waiting on financial news, or maybe we're waiting on love. I'm not sure what that looks like. And for some people, it could be both. Or maybe because I asked for clarification on the hangman. The hangman was waiting for clarification on Pentacles, you know, Pentacles being the slowest in the deck out of all of the Knights and Pages. And, you know, the Knights are actions. The Pages just bring out, they bring out, they communicate. They're the communicators. So I suppose being a Page might be a little bit faster than a Knight because, you know, a Knight's busy. They have things to do. And I keep getting a real Pisces, like strong Pisces feeling going on here. So that might resonate for somebody. Oh boy, so... Okay, I guess I'm going to need clarification then on this one right here, because this is what the third party would be like. Because, like, you know, we have, like, going away, going somewhere. You know, we have the six of Wands here, getting ready to go into a battle, and we have the King here going into battle. But then we have this ominous, like, kind of like backwards facing, some weird stuff right here. Let me see if I don't know if I even have the book down here. Let me see if I do or not. I haven't seen the book in a while. I mean, I wouldn't go a while, but it seems like it's been a second or so. Let's see. Oh, look, I did. Woo, found it. Okay. So let's see what we have here. We have the Death in reverse. Okay, so that side. Here we look at the scene from Death's perspective and assesses it as such. Oh, do I have any glasses around here? I think every time I do a reading and I'm starting to try to read out of the book, I have to look for glasses. Let me look again. Hopefully, so let's keep our fingers crossed because I want to be able to see what I'm reading. Yeah, I do. Yay. Okay, cool. All right, let's see here. All right, a little bit dirty, but I think I can handle it. Okay, this was supposed to be a really quick 5-minute 5-card read. Isn't it funny? I guess when Spirit has something to say, though, it is what it is. So, here we look at the scene from Death's perspective and assesses it as such. The two kneeling men are revealed to be court alchemists and a Weatherly merchant. The court alchemist ultimately is the master the art of transformation, to turn lead into gold, to mortality into immortality. The merchant's goal is to increase and protect his earthly riches. Now, in the presence of death, they offer tokens that speak of other sides of their nature. The alchemist holds a lily, symbol of purity, and the merchant holds the lotus, symbol of spiritual awakening. The coming of death makes them reconsider the priorities of their lives. They may do better in the future if death passes them by for now. So when you get this side of reading, death comes for all, regardless of wealth or social situations. It is the same for death of parts of our lives that no longer serve purpose. When the time comes, the reaper must reap. This card says that you've been given a chance to prove yourself and that the outcome will be positive. The alchemist's expression is hopeful and the merchant's blissful is serene. Respond with grace to the inevitability of change. So I guess what I'm getting from that is that in a relationship, that this is the death of, that's what the hangman is about, waiting for news. Is that this divine masculine is ready for battle if it has to come to it, to that, you know. But in getting ready for battle, he was able to recognize that death was coming to this relationship and maybe reconsidered. And it was reconsidered in a positive way. So now he's deciding, does he want to offer love or does he want to offer finances? Wow, it just all came together. So that's what we're waiting on right now, is he's deciding what he wants to offer. And he's only going to do it his way. So with that being said, you know what? I'm not going to use these cards. I'll use these ones here for the Divine Feminine. And we'll pull out her 5. And look, we got the Death card right there at the bottom. But, you know, we won't even mess with that until we see. So I was, like I said, I was just going to do a really quick spread. So I wasn't even really picking up anything. I'm in the process of making my deck. And so I figured it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but then it turns out it kind of really is. So let's see if we can't get some of this out of the way, because it looks like this is actually turning into a reading. But my deck that I am making is coming along nicely. You know, that, and I'm using it already for some things. I might use it today. Okay, so we have here the walking away, getting ready for a battle, the realization, the hangman waiting to decide what is going to happen here. So I guess death being the energy of the reading. Can you get 5 cards for the Divine Feminines, please? And I'd like to kind of know what's her say to this. And I guess really what I want to ask is, what is it that you want us to know, universe? Because I was sitting down for a 5-card spread. I didn't know what that was going to look like. And now it looks like it's turning into a full-on reading. But I know that there's a message out there for somebody. So let's see what that is. The Divine Feminine. Okay. Can I please get 5 cards for the Divine Feminine? Oh, wow. Okay. 5 cards for the Divine Feminine, please. Oh, boy. Can I get one more? There it is, right there. It flipped all the way out. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got that we have that 6 of Wands came up in reverse. So that's pretty much the same meaning that, you know, if it was right side up, it'd be going into battle or coming back from battle. The battle's already happened and it's come back victorious. In reverse, though, you know, it's preparing. Let's see, what else does it say, though? I wrote on these when I was like 18. Sometimes you barely see it anymore. It says disloyalty. Humanity. To get things together. Okay. I don't know, none of that's really resonating with me, except for, I guess, supposedly getting things together, so going into battle. So right now, her energy is being the Queen of Wands, which is really the energy of taking care of others and being nurturing. So she's really about taking care of her things at home and not really thinking about going into battle. Her battle is on the front at home. But then we have the 7 of Swords, which is deceit, sneakiness, cheating, lying. So I think that's how she feels around the masculine taking off in his chariot there, you know? And she feels like she's already in a battle with him. Look at that, we got the 5 of Wands there. There's already struggle and strife going on, and it feels really ganged up on. She feels really, I don't know, it seems like there's a lot of people struggling and fighting with her. And it really seems to be around some type of deceit. Deceit and lies is causing battles in her life that aren't necessary. So she has the 2 of Swords here, and to me, for me, this means blind faith. Like, you know, being able to hold her swords high, you know, in blind faith. For others, it could mean having the blindfolds on, not seeing the reality of things. Let's see, what did I write on it? Well, blind faith is one of them, because it's always been that for me. Let's see, keep talking. Matters how hard, or Oh, no matter how hard it seems. So it says keep talking. No matter how hard it seems, keep to the truth, no matter how hard it seems. So yeah, for me, blind faith. And apply yourself, I guess. So I suppose manifestation. It's so crazy that I wrote on these like when I was 18. And, you know, I haven't really been into reading whatever it was that I wrote in a long time, but as of lately. And then it also says divorce here, too, on the bottom there. But I'm thinking that would be more in reverse, would be the divorce kind of situation. So, yeah, I think that she feels like she's being unfairly stacked against. And there's not a whole lot she can do about that. So she's just going to turn her face to it. See, she's facing the other way. She's going to turn her back to that and just kind of check out her family, have her blind faith that things are going to work out. And then, you know, we have the same card as the Divine Masculine got right there. And, you know, that's basically saying, hey, you know what? He said he's ready to go into battle. She's not really trying to go into battle, but it seems to me that she's kind of getting ready for that herself. I want to pull clarification on that. Can I have clarification on why the Divine Feminine got the Six of Wands? We know why the Divine Masculine did. We'd like to know why the Divine Feminine did. Can I pull up some clarification on that, please? Oh, I think that my battery is about to die. Let me see if I can do something about that real quick before. Sorry, you guys. Let's see there. A little bit harder to set like that now because the cord gets in the way. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so the Divine Feminine and the Six of Wands. Why do we have the Six of Wands? And we have the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Seven. So we got 5, 6, 7, if that means anything to anybody. You know, we have the Queen of Wands, which is Earth sign. Okay, so there's our clarifier. Wow. So we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So not as bad as if we would have gotten it forward, like feeling stabbed in the back. And trying to heal from that. So I guess hers is saying, look, I can be ready, because, you know, that was in reverse. I can be ready to go into battle, but really I'm not ready to go into battle. Like, I'm still healing. I'm still healing from the last battle. Like, I have not had any chance to fix this yet. And having blind faith that whether it be the Divine Masculine or it be the universe, she's like, just anybody needs to see and recognize the pain that she's in and to allow her to lick her wounds and heal. But there's this over here, and just like the Divine Masculine just doesn't give a right now. Like, he cannot see her. Like, he cannot, his inability to be able to just be there without starting some kind of something. And not being, you know, just sneaky and reckless, and you know, it's time to to reconsider his environment, because the people in his environment are not giving him the best advice. And there seems to be more about this. What's going on with it? You know what? I want to know about the Divine Masculine. What's going on with the sneakiness? Is there sneakiness? Yeah, let's pull out some energy for him too. Is there sneakiness going on with this? Or you know what? If we're going to pull out energy, we might as well pull out his card that is the same as her card. There we go. That's some good energy. What's the Divine Masculine really up to? Can you tell me what the Divine Masculine is really up to? Wow, that's a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, well, it's 5 cards. I'm going to go ahead and take them, because that could be like the relationship altogether. So let's see what we got here. The question was, what is the Divine Masculine really up to? I'll put those aside. Okay, so we have the 7 of Coins in reverse. We have the Fool in reverse. We have the 2 of Coins forward facing, or right side up. We have the Ace of Swords right side up. And then we have the Empress right side up. So I guess the main one is juggling. I'm not getting the third party in this situation. Like, there was a third party and that third party's already gone, or maybe not. Who knows? Because we have this right here, you know, not being able to take the blindfold off. But there's definitely some kind of dancing, some kind of juggling going on that has to do with the deception, because that was the question. Juggling what? Maybe juggling work and not being able to really get it done. Because, you know, see, that's a man at work getting pentacles stacked. This is a man saying he's at work, not really doing that. Then we have the Fool in reverse. You know, the Fool in reverse is like just constantly, it's constant beginnings. Like when it's this way, it's like, you know what, you're taking a leap of faith, you know, just like a carefree attitude, knowing that the universe has you. This way, it's like constant new beginnings. Like he is unable to have a beginning and then follow it through, which is probably why he's constantly juggling stuff. Saying that he's at work when he's probably not at work, probably messing around. And there's constant new beginnings going on right there. But then we have the Ace of Swords, which is, again, a new beginning. And it's winter. And it's saying, hey, if you want to do this, if you want to have a new beginning, we are going to give you yet another chance. It's so crazy. If you want change, then make it happen. And then we have the Empress here saying, hey, you know, that's being very nurturing. And then it could mean pregnancy for some people too. So some people out there might want to get checked. But this is being very nurturing and being very at home. And so if you want to have this new chance, you want to have change, you want to have that divine feminine being nurturing and being at home, then we have got to take these new beginnings and make it work out this way. The whole thing, I don't know what to say about the not really going to work. Like maybe going to work and not really working while you're there, but your coins are not stacking up right now because something's not happening. And so you're having to juggle. Maybe that's what that's about, juggling money to try to make things happen. So I don't see anything in this around the kind of deception. So I guess my question would be then for the Divine Feminine. Is the Divine Feminine making up in her head the deception from past behaviors and the Divine Masculine is being true to himself right now? And that's a really hard question for me because I really want to know that answer. But if the Divine Masculine wanted the Divine Feminine to know, oh, there we go. Three of Pentacles. And that's, working together, trying to get things done. So we got all these Pentacles. So he really is all about the money. If he wanted the Divine Feminine to know this, if he wanted her to understand where he's coming from, I think that he would be willing to make it happen. Especially like being in separation. If he wanted to be with you, well, he'd be with you. If he wanted to work things out, he'd be working things out. If he wanted to communicate with you that things are not what they seem, then he would be making an effort to do that. Just like he made the effort when he was falling in love with you. When he wanted to be with you, he wanted to be with you. And especially since we know now that he's not really even working that much. He's not going to work. He's not, doing work while he's at work. He has the time. I guess there's the finance pieces to that. It might be all around money, but emotionally, he has the time. So what's up with the Divine Female? Okay. Okay, so we got the Hierophant in reverse. The Three of Swords. Oh, there we go. The Three of Cups. Can I get one more, please? Because I'm starting to see it. Oh, there it goes. Wow, these are just flipping out, man. They're like not even playing. Okay, and the bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. The Twin Flame card. So, yeah, she's had her heart broken over a third party and feels like her wishes were destroyed. The Three of Swords, indication of a broken heart. Three of Cups. This isn't a celebration. This is a third party. And then the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. And she's not feeling like her wishes are fulfilled. The only thing I don't understand is why the Hierophant in reverse is. So what did I do with that book? And that was the first one that came out. So let's see what it says. Okay, so the rigidity of the other side of the card has given way to freedom of thought and possibility. You've gone beyond merely questioning the perceptions of religion. Now you are ready to challenge them or rebel against them. If this isn't the situation where religious teachings are relevant, think of another situation in which you are being held back by thou shalt and reconsider your actions. Okay, so for me, that's very, 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 very clear. I myself am in the process of making a judgment about something that maybe I need to slow my roll on. So with the sneakiness, maybe it's there, maybe it's not, but at this point, it's just, you know what? It's saying that I'm being a bitch, or that the divine feminine are being a bitch. And I really hate to say that and admit that, because it seems like I'm always the one admitting. But with that being said, maybe I am being shitty, but if you didn't have behaviors, you treat a person the way they act. You know? And a lot of this stuff hasn't been worked out. It's been really, at least in my situation, flushed under the table. So I'm definitely identifying with this. But then the bottom of the deck, we have the twin flames. And, you know, no matter what, it's like, it is what that is. You know, I have to, like, figure out a way to work this out, whether he wants to work it out or not. But it looks like he's willing to just kind of wait and see what happens. So I guess if the divine masculine is watching this, and then make the first move. And I think that she'll be ready to follow that. And she'll make the first apologies, but hopefully you'll be ready to do that too. So with that being said, I want to use some of my cards that I've made. Now, I'm not totally done with the deck, but what I'm not done with is the 12 months. So we won't use that. What I am done with, though, is the real talk. So these are like advice cards. So let's see. Yeah. So real talk. Let me just make sure. Because it's going to be 12 cards. So it'll be like the full deck, 12 cards. And then it's going to be 6 advice cards, real talk cards. Yeah. Okay. So, what is the advice to close this out with? All right. What about that one right here? Ooh. The love lockdown. Keep your heart and your love locked down. This can mean a lot of different things. So, intuitively, what I think that this is meaning right here, right now, is that keep your love locked down. Don't let anybody come in between you. So whatever third party, or whether it's be friends, sexual partners, whatever, co-workers, don't let anybody come in between you. And by keeping your love locked down, is I think that, like, don't share with other people what's going on in your relationship. Quit talking to your friends about stuff, because you don't know what that's going to look like. And really, if you love that person, go and lock it down. Keep your love locked down. Go and lock it down. And that is the advice that I'm giving today. And any other meaning that would come from this card will come on another day. So with that being said, may unconditional love and ascension be with you. And God, let it be with me too. Peace.